What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Roxette. And we're back with the final tune on the proper album, Joyride, 1991, though again, there is one more track in the folder, and we'll get to that next time. But yeah, we're going to listen to Perfect Day. It's a phrase that, it's very indicative of perfection, and the idea that from waking until sleep, I imagine it's more a waking day than a proper day in a geological sense. But yeah, it suggests that from waking up until going to bed, everything went right. There wasn't a foot wrong, there wasn't a single moment that wasn't optimal. It just, everything worked in the way it perfectly needed to. So yeah, not many days like that exist, for anyone, certainly, not more than a few for an individual person. Perhaps there are anomalous cases where people just seem to have, amazing experiences all the time, every day, but I doubt that to be the case. And indeed, perhaps some days are particularly memorable because they stand out, because they are in contrast to the vast majority of the mundane or even doldrums of longer periods of time where there isn't great change or significant upheaval. So, yeah, it makes me wonder what kind of perfect day we're talking about. I feel like it wouldn't be surprising if it was a perfect day with another person for whom you have a lot of emotion and perhaps a very special, intimate connection. I feel like a lot of their songs are about love and romance and heartbreak and hot passion, so I feel like it could be, some combination of all those things on the positive end, not necessarily heartbreak or, anxiety or so on. But yeah, it makes me wonder, and ultimately, perfection is, I think, fundamentally, it's a human concept more than something that, like even something that's 100% efficient. Perfect is a value judgment. It's not just saying that something is all one way. It's saying it's all one way and it is good, and that's a normative assessment, which is inherently, subjective, and it's not about empirical qualities. So to say that something is perfect is clearly from the perspective of a, subjective agent, a person in this case. So I'll stop talking about irrelevant things and we'll listen to it. This is Roxette, Perfect Day, from the 1991 album Joyride.
Breathe some faith into my chest. Lay me down, I need the rest. Ever since the sky turned gray, I waited for the perfect day. Hey, now it seems you always touched me like the sun.
Kind of a deeper,
There's
sultry.
no escape for the broken heart.
She breaks out of
There's
it.
no return once you lost your way. I say a prayer now, our love's departed, that you come back to stay and bring the perfect day. Blinded by a crazy light, I fell into the darkest night. Those magic times, the two of us, I couldn't see it turn to dust. Hey, now it seems you always reached me like the sun. There's no escape for the broken hearted. There's no return once you lost your way. I say a prayer now, your love's departed, that you come back to stay. Bring back the perfect day.
I should have known heartbreak would be involved. I really should have. Like accordion?
Hey, now it seems you always reached me like the sun. There's no escape for the broken hearted. There's no return once you lost your way. I say a prayer now your love's departed, that you come back to stay. Bring back the perfect
Maybe? No? Yes. Well, that's a perfect song to end the album with, and that is a value judgment. We got Usher at a, I don't know, an amusement park ride, which, I don't know, that's clever. Yeah, it's, again, Mary started in a very deep and slightly different idiom than she often sings in. Now, she eventually, went into the skies like she often does. And I have to point out, like, it's one thing that, like, the vocal quality of, the actual quality of her voice, which I love, but it's the way she can just, she's singing in a nice melodic vein and she can just erupt. It's just the power and she just unleashes this force. And again, when she goes raspy every once in a while, I really do enjoy that too. So it's like every angle of her singing is fantastic. And yeah, like I said, I should know enough about Roxette at this point to know that even if it's talking about a perfect day, it might be hopeful or wishful for that, but that it is not here now, or perhaps and maybe this is tinted by nostalgia. Sometimes we remember, I think, relationships better than they were in the moment, and maybe it's partly because they're not around anymore, but that doesn't change the way we feel. And she's convinced that this person was like the sun, and if he could just come back, it would be the perfect day. It's like, it seems like it doesn't matter what would happen. If that were to take place, it would be the perfect day. So again, I should have known that even with that phrase, and even with the idea that at some point, a connection with someone is just all you need, everything you need, it wasn't going to be so simple. So once again, shout out to Yun, put me onto Roxette to begin with. And yeah, we're now on to the bonus tune included in this expanded version. And I remember people were wondering it could be one or another tune, but just in case anyone didn't hear it before, the bonus track included is the Sweet Hello and the Sad Goodbye. So that'll be the next one. And yeah, really looking forward to more Roxette. Again, this is never a group I knew about, it seems like a travesty, but we're trying to make up for it now. Once again, big shout out to all the people who become part of this deep dive. And again, I will try to keep this as regular as possible. It's just getting crazy with the number of deep dives and the amount of music that people are sending me, both in physical and digital form. So again, I'm here for all of it. I'll try to get through everything, but yeah, there's going to be an irregularity to pretty much every deep dive, even ones that I am sort of binging on. So yeah, bottom line, not quite sure when we'll be back, hopefully just a few days, but big shout out to the Roxette fans, and do let me know what you think. Peace.